If I want to promote myself, then work would be the secondary. But my motto, my idea, always you show your work, not this thing. That is the reason some officers, they did wonderful works, they are recognized.
Hello and welcome to Career Central, the podcast where we demystify careers. My name is Veman Reddy, and this week we will be talking about a career in the Indian Administrative Services. Indian Administrative Service, or better known as IAS in short, is the administrative arm of the All India Services. IAS is responsible for continuity and impartial governance. IAS officers hold vital appointments in the union government, state governments, and public sector undertakings. Skills required for becoming an IAS officer are understanding of national and international affairs and trends, leadership skills, ability to make decisions, good planning ability, good intelligence and general knowledge, good communication ability, ability to follow and give orders and directions, and finally, self-confidence and composure in difficult situations. The career path for becoming an IAS officer is really hard since there are only a limited number of seats in the government. It's a process of clearing different steps and exams. Obtaining a bachelor's degree is the initial step, followed by qualification for the civil service exam. Clearing this will enable for the main examination, followed by a final interview. Today, we have Mr. Kishan Rao, who is a retired IAS officer having 3 decades of experience holding various responsible positions under the state and central government in the hospitality and tourism field. He was a managing director in AP Tourism Development Corporation and joint secretary, Department of Tourism and Culture, among others. During his tenure, he is widely acknowledged as a bureaucrat who created cultural landmarks and tourism destinations like Shilparamam, People's Plaza, and Jal Vihar on Necklace Road, and Chaumala Palace, etc. He is credited with creating several milestone events like the air shows at Hyderabad, the Millennium Festivals, International Kite Festivals, and the International Festivals of Music, etc. Currently, Mr. Rao is working full-time Executive Chairman of the Telangana State Tourism Development Corporation and a Chief Executive Officer at the Yadagiri Gutta Temple Development Authority. Without further ado, let's get to the interview. To begin with, why is it that tourism is the area that interests you the most?
It is my passion. Arts, crafts, culture, tourism, it's my passion. You see my books, whatever you read, everything you find in my this thing, what is our culture, what is our Sanskriti, how it has to be maintained, how we have to preserve, how we have to promote, how we have to inculcate our culture to our youngsters, because they are the people to preserve, promote, conserve this our culture for future generations. So my idea is always preserve the past, celebrate the past for the benefit of our future generation. So that is one of my this thing. Though being an administrator, I may be handling so many things, but this is my passion. I always feel that our culture should be preserved. That is this thing.
What made you come back and work as an IAS officer even after retiring?
Yes, that is one of the very interesting things. Though I have retired, but I was not out of service. From the date of retirement till now, one or other service, though I didn't ask, but the government was giving me. That is my, you may say, luck or God's this thing, or that I can't say. That's because not even 1 month I was free after my retirement, but I was continuing around one other this thing. That is good of the government, grateful to the God.
What are the major problems that IAS officers face in our country? Like, could you list them?
No, it all depends. Now, what I feel, just because becoming an IAS, or whether he is an IAS or IPS, whatever that may be service, but that commitment in the life most important. Now, I am given a particular job. I said I had so many this thing. I will give some experiences, my life experience. I was special officer urban land sales of the Hyderabad. urban land selling such a intricate, difficult subject to handle, and one is expected at higher levels, I am telling, expected to be thorough in all the laws, Hindu law, Muslim law, Persian law, Christian law, all this, because Hyderabad was full of different types of people living. They acquired the properties. Then an officer of that cadre, unless I know what is the law, what is Hindu law, how the property devolves, what is revenue records, what does it mean, how, these are all the things not only of Hindu laws but also Mohammedan laws and also Sikh laws. These are all the things that I had to be little bit sure and knowledgeable. Then I thought most of the records of Hyderabad, because Hyderabad has got background, Nizams ruled it. Yeah. Most of the records are in Urdu. Then I engaged a person. I learned Urdu reading and writing. I know now I can write Urdu also. So why? It is only because I am committed to my duties. Unless I know, unless I read, I may not be doing justice to my job. So that is the reason I learned Urdu also. Then that was the reason in Hyderabad as Special Officer Urban Land Ceilings, mine was the longest period in Hyderabad, that because of my commitment, my involvement in my duty, always that is my priority. Any job you undertake, you be fully involved. You love your job, then only you are a successful officer. Unless you have got love, if you have got a disinterest in your area, then you can't do justice. So we will be branded as an officer of failure, I will say, that this fellow is inefficient fellow, like that. But that I never allowed that to get that sort of name to me. So that is the reason, that is all depends upon how we have to involve ourselves in this thing. I do that. That is only, now I am handling a temple. What is temple? We know just we go, pray God, come back, that's all. But a construction of a temple, Agama Shastra, Vastu Shastra, Vaikanika Shastra, so many Shastras, how to construct a temple, what are the precautions we have to take, you believe it or not. If you see my listing, I purchased books, what is temple, how it should be constructed, what is the Shastra. Unless I get myself all this knowledge, I may not be able to do justice to my job. So that is the again involvement. Yeah. Now, if you ask me how to construct a temple, I will tell you how it should be like this, it should be like this. Yeah. So, like that, urban land ceilings, as I told, all the laws one should be thorough, otherwise we can't do justice. Suppose you ask something, my grandfather has got so much of land, again this thing, but very interesting stories I will tell you in Hyderabad. A Telugu man marrying, having children after death of his wife or divorce, something, whatever it, he marries a Muslim, again he gets children. So how to devolve the property, what is the system? So unless we are very thorough, of course ultimately we may be depending upon the advocates, etc. But we have to be ourselves, then only we can do justice. So like that, what I mean to say, whatever the job you take, first you have to be very, very thorough in your subject. Thoroughness, when it comes, when you are committed, when you have got love for your job, that is the reason I think I may say that I may be successful in all my endeavors previously. In other words, what I tell you, any job, whether it is any, whatever, I had very powerful jobs, that also I am telling you this thing. But our motto is not to think, we never used to think about the power, but how to help them, what is my role, whether I am helpful to the people whom I have to tackle in my way. That was this thing. So we know what is my role, what I am. That definitely serves a lot. That's for public and as well as person who will be happiest persons always. Further question.
What does a day in the life of an IAS officer look like?
Any job, if we do justice to my job, if we are successful, if our services are recognized by the government, that is a very wonderful day. That's the reason I say it's not the person. I will tell you one more quote. You see so many daily papers, this person was the chief guest, that person was chief guest, like that. It is not the person to be recognized. It is the work that is to be recognized. That is my motto. You take in Hyderabad anything. You take Shilparamam, you take Shilpakala Vedika, you take Mountain Heights, you take Rock Heights, you take Necklace Road, you take Chaumahalla. These are all the creations of mine. But I never go to the press, never show my face. Because my works are recognized. People say, sir, you have done that to Shilparamam, we are so happy. Everybody says. That is I feel very good. Not me. You appreciate my work. That is only. Now we are doing Yadgiri Gutta, you know. Everybody appreciates. Now you know the way we are involved. So that is another one. If I want to promote myself, then work would be the secondary. But my motto, my idea, always you show your work, not this thing. That is the reason some officers, they did wonderful works, they are recognized. Whether you recognize, when, Chaumahalla Palace, did you go?
Yeah.
That was, for the 50 years, it was idle. No sweeping, no swapping. Stucco was falling down. It was in a horrible condition. When we took over, after that, of course, you know how it is presently. UNESCO, they have called awards of merit in the entire country. Palaces who did good job like that. So our architect, one Mr. He is now visiting professor for architect for 80 universities. Rahul Mehrotra, Harvard graduate. He is a great architect. It is pleasure to us. He said, Mr. Rao, you don't say no. We have to apply for ourselves. I will prepare everything. He prepared all these things we sent. You will be surprised we got the UNESCO award. But I never tell to anybody. So like that, that our work should speak, not me. Next.
What is your main intention when you are trying to create or organize something new, such as Shilparamam or Shilpakala Vedika?
I told you now, this is my basic idea. Always celebrate the past for the benefit of future. Today we have got our culture is so great. Our Sanatana Dharma, we can explain ours together. But we have to protect our youngsters, our future generation. They should respect our culture, our traditions, our customs. We have to preserve, promote then only our greatness of our country is there. From that angle, I am trying always, if Shilparamam, if you go, you will see that I never organize any cinematic dance programs. We do all classicals, this thing. That is I like that this thing. We have to protect our culture. That is only my basic idea. In that is our culture, tourism, all these things, whichever post I had, I will only trying to. You take for a simple thing. You see this table. It is a craft of Nirmal. You go any office which I worked, either Film Development Corporation or Director of Culture or in Delhi, you find only this thing. Encourage your own artisans. That is the reason this thing.
And finally, what is the career advice that you would like to give to students of our age?
I told you now, I give you advice. Be true Indian and preserve our culture and be a perfect gentleman. And your services, God has given so much of it to this, it is a great thing that we have born with ideas, and your brain is computer type. We can do wonders like that, But how you are going to use for the benefit of our society, benefit of our elders, benefit of this thing, that is only. We have to be successful people in the life. Simultaneously, at least 20% you have to see what you can do for your society, for your this thing. That is only.
That's it for today, everybody. Be sure to follow us on iTunes and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit www.indianstudentroom.com for more. See you next time when we interview a professor in the field of mathematics and statistics.